So it seems that people are interested in working with their ancestry and their spiritual channels, because we've had quite a lot of people been interested in coming along. So this is hopefully a popular webinar. Now, I have done this a lot myself in the past with holographic breathing, working with the female lineage through my mother and the male lineage through my father, and it goes back through the ancestry and those spiritual connections, and also the higher spiritual connections that seem to come through from that. And just recently I've also been giving individual sessions to people who have also been wanting that, where we work with people's ancestry and mainly how it relates to different areas of their body or things that are occurring in their healing journey at this time. So it's not disconnected from what is happening to us now. And my experience of it when working with it is that it does have large shifts in my body and things that I'm dealing with, and it's quite easy, well, not quite easy, but it's easily accessible if you're working with something from this lifetime. But that will have roots in your past lives and also your historic past lives through your family. And my experience of this is that somehow loads down it through your DNA. It's a different feel to working with your ancestry than working with past lives. It has a different quality, for me it does anyway, and it's more kind of tangible, it's more solid working through your ancestry, because it is physical. They did have physical lives, and it's passed on through the DNA and through memories from mother to daughter, from daughter to daughter to daughter to daughter to son or daughter the last time that comes through. That it is passed on through the DNA. So there's kind of a physical quality to it. It's, for me, it feels more substantial working with our family tree or our ancestry. And again, this is all personal. I haven't read this in books. It's just what I have inquired in myself. So you may have your own perceptions of how it works. You may have your own feelings of how it works, and that is fine. You know, you can go with that. You don't have to go with per se everything I'm saying. You may have a different experience, and that is the correct experience for yourself. So, you know, don't think, oh, I've got to follow what Martin's saying. If you're everything is going off in a different track, just follow that and be with that. And I think it's quite pertinent at this time in the evolution of woman and mankind, because up until fairly recently, in an evolution timescale anyway, people have stayed more in one place in the past. They've stayed with their family units, that may be in a village and everyone knows each other, so it's held in that energy, and people are living with their parents, or their parents are next door, so there is that continual connection, be it good or be it bad. It's somehow there more in a tribal environment. Whereas now the children have left fairly early, they're living in different places, maybe all around the world, so there isn't the close connection on a physical level. And also it becomes possible for people to escape if their relationship isn't good with their mother or father. They can kind of escape, so they don't have to interplay with it any longer, or just keep a certain distance to it. And in that scenario, say per se you're not getting on very well with one of your parents or both of your parents, it can be very easy to lose access to the energy of that lineage. So if you are not getting on very well with your mother and you disconnect energetically from your mother, it could be easy to also lose connection to your female lineage through that side of your family tree, and the same with your father. If you lose connection, or maybe you don't know your father, or maybe your father doesn't want to know you, or you don't, whichever way it happens, then by cutting off from that, you can lose access to that side of the family tree, unless you consciously have, okay, I'm not very good connected to my father, or he doesn't want to be connected to me, but I'm going to consciously stay in contact with that energy through the family tree. So you can do it consciously. My personal experience is many things have happened in my relationship with my mother and father, and to do this myself, I did have to bring myself to allow myself to be in contact with them, to start opening up through that lineage. It's not necessary, it's not 100% necessary to do that, but I did. But what I found out fairly quickly was I wasn't actually bringing in my mother or my father. I was relating to the memory of them in myself, and the physical memory of them in myself. So as I allowed that, it would heal areas of me that I previously not been able to work with, and it worked very well. And I was a bit worried that I was energetically bringing them in, but actually it didn't seem that I was. And it's a bit like what you push away will persist. And I wasn't actually, in meditating and thinking about this webinar, I wasn't going to do too much on the ancestry. I was more going to take it into the spiritual realm fairly quickly, because I didn't know how to do it through the ancestry, because I can do it with one person because I can see what is happening and where they're going, so I can go along with that. But with a whole group, you can't really say, oh well, here's Auntie Ethel and here's Fred and, and this part of your family, because you're doing a general thing. But what happens with my webinars is I meditate on it day to day, and then on the day of the webinar, what comes through, I teach that, because that is the energy of the day. And this morning it was very much to do with working with the ancestry, in a small amount working with spirituality, in a whole area of my father's family tree came into view, which just wasn't there before, and I allowed that. I kind of wanted to block it off to start off with, but after a while, letting that through and letting that heal and letting that connect to the higher self provided a deep healing. And really, through my liver and through it was for me the right hand side of my body accessed something that it didn't have before, or I had, I can't say I pushed it away, because it was of ancestry I didn't even know about, but there was a block to that, and there was a lot of hardship for those people involved, and somehow allowing that was part of me, even though I didn't know. Somehow allowing that gave me access to allow it to clear. And as this travels back through our ancestry, it kind of goes back to the beginnings of time, and is no more like a person, this person, that person. It becomes like the energetic human matrix, or the energetic matrix of man or womankind, back in time to the beginnings of time, and even goes beyond being human. You can trace back, you can time travel with this, basically, because these are going back in time. And our DNA and our immune systems in this time have become very weak because of what we're eating, what we're breathing, the electromagnetic waves, the environment, what we have done to the earth is playing back to us. And also there isn't natural selection. In past generations there was natural selection. If you weren't strong enough, you died. If you didn't manage to get food, you died. If you met the wrong person, you died. Now we have the welfare, so everyone will get fed, whatever happens to them. There's the police to make sure we are defended. So there isn't that process of the weak being weeded out. And my feeling is, as we go back through our ancestry, there is the ability to access a much stronger immune system and will to live, and strength and vitality and connection to the earth, because you go back a few centuries and everything is connected to the earth. So this is the route. Yeah, you may go on a totally different route, and that is fine, but this is generally what we will be opening up through today. So I've been talking just to align the energies, so you get it starts opening it up in yourself where we're going. As it's not to individual people, I'm going to try and do it in a way where you're free to work on whatever you want to work on. Like, for instance, one person's mother may come up to work with, another one's father may come up to work with. And also, if you're working through the family tree of your father, it may not necessarily all be male, because there's his mother and sisters and their children. So even though it starts with a father, there's still probably an equal amount of male and female there, and with your mother, as it goes back, there's an equal amount of male and female on that side. So even if it starts from the mother on one side, that doesn't mean it's all female. It's female connecting to male and female, and with your father it's male connecting to male and female. And there is a diving board, because there is the physical side that runs through our DNA and connects to the earth, and there is the spiritual side. A lot of those people will be in spirit, so you may feel their spiritual qualities. And there is also just, and if just because something is spiritual doesn't mean it's going to be more advanced spiritually than you are. So for instance, if a friend of yours dies and they go into spirit or wherever they go, it doesn't mean they're going to necessarily be more knowledgeable. So there are different levels to spirituality. So there is that level of people, and then there's kind of gods or higher energies, or powerful transcendental type beings that are coming down through this time to help us heal and work and want to work with people on earth and our own higher self. So there's a whole array of different places you may go. So I'm going to try to give a general guide as I see the energies coming through. But if you're feeling it different, please go with what you're feeling. Just use what I'm saying as a general guideline and go with what you feel. So I'm going to start off by teaching holographic breathing, and we're going to use that to go on this journey, and then we come back and do the meditation. It depends what it feels like at the time. So first we're going to learn holographic breathing. In holographic breathing, now some people may be thinking of holotropic breathing, which is a totally different thing. In holographic breathing, there's a gentle motion of the jaw. On the in-breath, the jaw is opening. On the out-breath, it's closing. So breathing in, the jaw opens. Breathing out, it closes. Within that, the tongue is on the roof of the mouth all of the time, and the lips are closed all the time. So the tongue's on the roof of the mouth, the lips are closed. On the in-breath, the jaw gently opens. On the out-breath, the jaw gently closes. And I'm going to go through some exercises that will take people into that in a very meditative way. Now, one of the things that happens when I'm teaching holographic breathing is that I say that the lips are closed and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, but when we get into doing the holographic breathing, people suddenly think, well, I can't keep my lips closed and have my jaw opening and closing at the same time, so Martin must mean that actually my lips open and close. But they don't. The lips stay closed, the tongue stays on the roof of the mouth, the jaw opens on the in-breath and closes on the out-breath. A bit like chewing. You can chew with the lips closed. I'll just demonstrate that just for a few breaths so you can see the lips stay closed, and it's very subtle. It's a small motion, about half a finger width of the jaw. So I'll just do a quick demonstration so you can get an idea of it. So with holographic breathing, it takes you into quite a deep and shamanistic space very quickly. It's a very soft type of breathing. It's very meditative. It's not cathartic in any way. So excuse me, I've got a bit of a thing in my throat today. So we're going to go through some exercises to naturally bring that in for people. So yeah, the breathing is through the nose all of the time, and the lips are closed, so you can't breathe through your mouth even if you wanted to, because the lips are closed. So the breath is through the nose, the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, the lips are closed. So we'll go through that, we'll get that started, and we'll learn the holographic breathing. Then we'll have a short break, and then we'll start working with our family lineage and spiritual channels. So closing your eyes, making yourself comfortable and closing your eyes. You'll need to be sitting rather than lying, because it's very easy to fall asleep with holographic breathing. So just letting your eyes close and breathing gently, and sending a smile to the earth, sending a smile, sending some energy to the earth, and allow the earth to say hello back. Allow yourself to receive from the earth. Notice what that feels like through your body and through your energies. And then sending a smile, sending some energy to the higher self and the beneficial energies, and allow the higher self and the beneficial energies to say hello back. Allow yourself to receive from the higher self and the beneficial energies, and notice what that feels like through your body and through your energies, and asking that the earth, the higher self and the beneficial energies are with you through this whole session as your guide and as your resource. And also, if you feel any need for protection in any way, you can ask them to be your protection, or you just want to work with beneficial energies or higher energies. Gently breathing. We're going to go through some exercises to start holographic breathing. So the eyes are closed, you're breathing through the nose, the lips are relaxed and closed. There's a gentle seal with the lips. The tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and the breath is through the nose. Now it's the upper surface of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and it can be as much as feels comfortable, maybe half an inch, a whole inch, the whole tongue covering the roof of the mouth. The tip of the tongue is close to or touching the front teeth. So the tongue is relaxed and soft on the roof of the mouth. The lips are relaxed and closed, and the breath is through the nose. So just becoming used to the tongue being on the roof of the mouth, the flat of the tongue being on the roof of the mouth, the lips closed, and the breath through the nose. Relax the back of the head, relax the whole face. Just this alone will start opening up energies. Gently breathing through your nose with the tongue relaxed on the roof of the mouth. And now, very gently opening and closing the jaw in a very small and light way, and keeping the lips closed and keeping the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And then, as the jaw is opening, the breath, allow the breath to come in through the nose, and as the jaw is closing, allow the breath to come out through the nose. So it's a very small and gentle motion of the jaw. The lips stay relaxed and closed. The tongue stays relaxed and on the roof of the mouth. The breath is through the nose. As the jaw is relaxing open, the breath comes in through the nose, and as the jaw is relaxing closed, the breath is coming out through the nose. So it's like a small bellows. It's as if the jaw is drawing in the breath and expelling the breath through the nose. And then we're going to change the perception around. We're going to bring the awareness to the breath rather than the jaw. As the breath enters through the nose, the jaw relaxes open. As the breath leaves through the nose, the jaw relaxes closed. Breathing in through the nose, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out through the nose, the jaw relaxes closed. The whole time the lips are relaxed and closed, and the tongue is relaxed and on the roof of the mouth. And as you bring the emphasis to the breath, you may feel a deep relaxation, a meditative quality moving through your body. As you breathe in, the jaw relaxes open. As you breathe out, the jaw relaxes closed. So teeth, as you breathe out, the teeth will gently come together, but there's no pressure. They just float gently together. Breathing in, the jaw will open, the teeth will separate. Breathing out, the teeth will be coming together. As you breathe out, they just float together with no pressure, or you can have them that they don't even touch, that they just almost touch. So there's no pressure in the jaw. Breathing in, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, the jaw relaxes closed. Feeling the breath coming down into the chest. As the chest opens, the jaw relaxes open. As the chest closes, the jaw relaxes closed. As the abdomen opens, the jaw relaxes open. As the abdomen closes, the jaw relaxes closed. So you get a deep, relaxed breath through the body. You breathe in, the jaw is relaxing open. You breathe out, the jaw is relaxing closed. You may feel it right down into your pelvis, to your arms and legs. As the whole body opens, the jaw follows along. As the whole body closes, the jaw closes. So it just connects with the breath through the whole body. And you may notice that in a very subtle way, the whole face has started to breathe, the cranium has started to breathe, and the brain, the throat and the neck has started to breathe. So it's the whole body, the face, the neck and head is all gently breathing, and the jaw is following along, just naturally joining in with the motion. As you breathe in, it's as if every cell opens. As you breathe out, it's as if every cell closes. Every cell is being nurtured and healed by the breath. Every cell is receiving life force and health and breath. You may also feel a deep connection to the earth, which is also breathing in its own way, and a connection to the higher self and the higher realms, which are also breathing in their own way, and the space around you. Everything is breathing, everything is prana, everything is life. Gently breathing, and the jaw continues along with you. Let your spine relax, let the back of your neck relax, let your head and face relax, and allow yourself to breathe. And in about a minute, we're going to come back. So just gently breathing in a soft way. Letting the jaw just follow along with you. The lips are relaxed, the jaw's relaxed, the tongue's relaxed. And when you feel ready, gently allowing yourselves to come back. Okay, so with this next meditation, only go with what you feel comfortable to go with. You know, you can experiment. Maybe you don't want to bring in or remember the quality of your mother or your father. And that is okay. You can consciously just ask for another female in that side of your family to connect to. But it is well worth experimenting if you do have a problem with one of your parents, because in my experience of it, they are the strongest connection through to that side of your family tree. And if the connection is difficult, that just means there's more possibility of growth there. And it isn't my experience that I am connecting to them where they are now and as their energy is now. My experience is I connect to them when I start feeling and being with their energy. It is of when I was a child and how their energy was then, rather than how it is now, or some intrinsic quality of theirs which is ageless and which matches with an intrinsic quality in my own energy. So when I view that, my experience is that I'm relating to an inequality in myself that mirrors the quality of one of my parents. But you can go with what you feel comfortable with, and if it's going in a different way to how I'm describing. You know, go the way you want to go. I'm not forcing something. The energy may take you in a different route. That is fine. So we're going to start off working with the different sides of our body and how it relates when we move from side to side and how it relates through the spine. And then we're going to start relating to our mother or father, or you might want to choose someone else in the female lineage or the male lineage. Go on then, Sarah.
Sorry, just a quick question. Obviously, there are some childhood memories that can be traumatic or so on and so forth. Have you got any advice about how to protect energies if that's likely to be the case?
If it's traumatic?
If you've had a traumatic childhood, perhaps an abusive childhood, how do you protect your energies? I mean, I've got strategies, but I wondered if you've got any strategies for protecting your energy when that's happening, if you're going to be revisiting that.
Okay. I can only tell you how I've dealt with it. In a way, because this is not an individual session, I can't work with people directly and slowly guide them through a particular event or events. So in a way, everybody within this webinar have to be responsible for themselves. And if you need any counselling to do with it, sort that along with the webinar. If you feel you need to talk to someone about, I'm available for individual sessions or anybody else you feel would help in that. So if it feels too traumatic to even go near it, say you've got a traumatic past with your father and you say, I am just not even willing to entertain that, then you can choose your father's father or even your father's mother or someone further back in that lineage. And you know, you can have individual sessions with me to work with this at your own speed, but also you can just experiment with it. And if you really want to miss out that parent, just do so, because it's fundamentally very powerful just to connect to the family tree behind them and get that connection without having to do them. And you will find out through the day, you might get memories of your father releasing out of you because you had connected to the energies behind him and beyond. But there's a good chance if you totally cut off from one of your parents because they've treated you badly, that you do disconnect to that rest of the family tree. So as a starting point, it might be worth just missing him out completely if you feel to, and go to his father or his mother, and then gradually over a period of time allow whatever level of that you wish to. And my only guidance is to go, there is no hurry. You don't have to think, oh, I've got to do this, because you haven't. You can just go really slowly. If you pile into something, oh, I've got to sort all this out, good chance you will not be able to assimilate it, you will not be able to integrate it, you can become re-traumatized. So the way to go into it is just very, very slowly at your own speed. And if there is a quality there that you don't like, notice there's also a volume control. You don't have to allow it. at the loudness that it is coming to you. You can turn the volume of the experience down to a level where it is very low, and there's a level where it almost becomes pleasurable, and at that level you are in meditation, and at that level you can integrate it. And turning it, the volume of it down, so that it almost becomes pleasurable, by definition it's no longer a trauma, because it's kind of enjoyable and you can allow it to be there. But if it is so painful, you're closing down because of it, and you're not in your body anymore because it feels uncomfortable, you cannot integrate it at that level. But if you turn the volume down so it's really comfortable, then you're in your body, then you're breathing naturally, and it can slowly integrate. But with holographic breathing, everything softly, everything slowly, everything with the breath. So you can turn the quality of the experience down to a place it feels comfortable, and you're in your body, and you can integrate it. Or if you want, you can just miss that person out and go back a generation. All right, great. So if you want to miss out your mother or father or both, you can go to the generation behind them, and it doesn't have to be your mother's mother, it can be your mother's father or an uncle or an aunt or anyone on that side. So there may be you don't have to be working with trauma here. There's just the family love of a whole side and a whole generation of your ancestry, which may just want to be connected. So it's not just we're working with karmas and upsetting things. We are speaking of that because that is what sometimes come up and in the way. So what we're going to be touching on here is manifold and will be different for each person, and as it's not individual, you are fully responsible for your own journey, and my advice is just slowly and gently in your own way, and don't do anything you don't actually want to do, or you don't do anything that you don't feel safe to. If you want individual tuition, that is available, where I can talk with you as you go through something. Yes, that's fine. Brother or sister, if you want to connect with your brother or sister, absolutely. Anybody can even be a friend down the street if you want. You can go down their family tree. Brilliant. All right. And this does, after a while, because the family tree spreads out and out and out and out, it does end up with everyone's family tree, and it does end up with the whole earth, and it does end up with the whole matrix of humanity, right back to Adam and Eve, or wherever. Well, it's the other way around, isn't it? It's like, you know, whatever your actual belief is of what happens there. All right, brilliant. So let's start. I'm going to check on the time. It's going to be about 20 minutes to a half an hour meditation. So let me just open it up again. All right, so closing your eyes, and we had it sitting up for the first part, but if you want to lie down, that is okay. But there's a very soporific side to holographic breathing, so it's easy to fall asleep. So if you feel like you're going to fall asleep, it's probably best to be sitting. All right, closing your eyes. and gently dropping into the holographic breathing. The lips are relaxed and closed. The tongue is relaxed and on the roof of the mouth. The breath is through the nose. On the in-breath, the jaw relaxes open. On the out-breath, the jaw relaxes closed. And the whole body starts to breathe like an impetus, everything opening on the in-breath, everything closing on the out-breath. And feel the earth, feel the higher self. Breathing in, jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, the jaw relaxes closed. And feeling the energies in your body. And also feel the space around you, the field around you, the energy around you. And breathing with the holographic breathing. And then start bringing your awareness to the left hand side of your body. To the left hand side of your chest, to the left hand side of your abdomen and pelvis, to your left arm, your left leg, the left hand side of the face, the left hand side of the brain, cranium, the left hand side of your neck and throat. So start viewing and becoming aware of the left hand side of your body, gently breathing with the holographic breathing. Notice the holographic breathing gives you the ability to travel and experience your anatomy. So with the breathing, becoming aware of the energies of the left hand side of your body, and notice the quality of the left hand side of your body, whether it feels more female, whether it feels more male, whether it feels easy, whether it feels difficult. And right down through the pelvis, through the leg, down into the feet and hands, and also the left hand side of the face and the left hand side of the head. Breathing with the holographic breathing, and notice what it feels like to view and inhabit the left hand side of your body. So breathing with the holographic breathing, being aware of the left hand side of your body. Right down through the sacrum, right down through the leg. And then allowing your energies to slowly move from the left hand side of your body through the spine. Notice as you get to the center line of your body, you may feel a release through your spine and through your head. So slowly letting the energies move from the left hand side of your body to the right hand side of the body. Using the holographic breathing, notice when you get to the middle, you may feel a release on the center line and slowly moving into the right hand side of your body. And notice if this feels more male, more female, whether it feels easier, whether it feels harder. Notice what the quality of the right hand side of your body is. Notice what that feels like, being aware of the right hand side of your chest, and right hand side of your face and head, and right hand side of your body, right hand, arm and leg, and right hand side of the face and head. Notice if that feels more male or more female, if it feels comfortable or if it feels uncomfortable. And then slowly moving back. So if you're going to move to the left hand side, notice when you come to the middle, to the spine, you may feel the kundalini releasing in your spine as you come to the middle. You might feel a bright white energy rising up through your spine and the center of your cranium as the energy moves from one side to the other. As it transits through the central line, you may feel a release, letting the energy move into the left hand side and being aware of the left hand side of your body. Notice the quality. Is it more female, more male, easier, harder? Do you feel certain organs? Do you feel certain qualities? Definitely I feel a lot going on through the pelvis. Be aware of your left hand sacrum, left hand hip. Let that relax. Let it release through the genitalia and down through the left leg. Gently breathing with the holographic breathing. Let that left leg release, and also through the shoulder and the left arm, and then slowly letting the energy transit and through the pelvis as well, so it goes through the genitalia and through the sacrum, moving from left to right and also through the face and cranium. So when you come to the central line, you get this release of white energy through your spine, through your pelvis, through your face and head and neck. And as the energy comes into the right hand side of your body, notice if there's a change in quality. And be aware of the right hand side of your body. your right hand pelvis, right hand hip joint, right hand side of your genitalia. That will give you your earth connection through your whole body on the right hand side, gently breathing with the holographic breathing. And then slowly allowing the right and the left hand side of your body. Let your spine release. Let the energy pulse through your spine. And first of all, we're going to connect to more the female side of our lineage. So it will be your mother. If you don't want to contact your mother, it can be her mother or her father, or even a sister is okay. Or even further back, you can even just ask for a female side, someone in your mother's lineage. And you're not really, or you're not psychically calling in your mother. You are relating to that quality of your memory of your mother, or that person you're connecting to. And notice which side of your body that comes into. Does it come into the left hand side? Does it come into the right hand side? What side of your body does that arrive in? And if it feels awkward in any way, you can dial down the experience so that it gets to a level where it feels comfortable, and you can allow that quality. I feel quite a lot going on around the cervical spine in the neck, people's necks. So let your neck relax and gently breathe with the holographic breathing, and have it at a level that feels comfortable. And it may be a memory of your mother's or that side of the family tree. Just let it come through. And it may start off with one person, and then it may just jump back further in the family tree. It may be called to another person in that side of the family tree. Notice what side of your body that is connecting to. It may be one side or the other, or it may be both, or it may end up having a spiritual quality. Gently breathing with the holographic breathing. Notice if that affects anywhere in your body. Allow it to connect to the pelvis if you wish. Allow the pelvis to relax. Allow the legs to relax so it can earth. So we're not going to stay with that experience too long. We're just going to be with that for about another minute. So then we're going to move across to the father's side. So notice the quality of that. We will come back to it if you wish, but we're going to also just connect to the male side as well. So slowly letting that go. And now the other side of the family tree, your father's side. If you don't wish to connect with your father or the memory of your father, it's okay. A brother, your father's father, your father's mother, whatever person feels appropriate in that side of the family tree. And notice what side of your body that comes into. If it comes into one side or the other, or if it comes into both sides of your body. And you may feel to push the energy away, and if that's so, you can turn it down to a level. It may feel like it's coming to you, but after a while you realize that it is a memory in your body of your father and that side of the family tree. Notice how that's affecting you and allow it. And as you allow the energies, you may feel your spine releasing. You may feel a release on a cellular level. You may feel a release in your DNA. Our family lineages are our DNA. They are programmed into our DNA, so it enlivens something deep in our cells. So allowing the quality of your male lineage from your father's side, and it may be your father, but quite quickly it may start moving back through that lineage to that ancestry. And in one way it may feel like it's coming to you as a presence, but in another way you are feeling it as a memory in yourself. It is already in your DNA, and by allowing it, you are allowing part of your DNA to come to life. And there's an energy. It's quite a grounded energy because it is of the earth and our past on the earth. So it's a strong earth, human matrix energy from that half of your family tree that will start releasing through you. And there's quite a physical quality to it. And you may feel your spine starting to adjust. You may feel different qualities coming to you. You may feel memories of different lands that you didn't know that you had. It may end up with a particular presence that has a teaching for you or a message for you. So we are feeling and we are listening. Be aware of your ears. Listen. Be aware of your sense of touch. Feel what is happening. Be aware of your eyes. See what is happening inwardly. And allow that feeling to travel through you. If it feels too strong, turn it down to a level that feels comfortable. You are totally in control. You can allow it to speed up, you can turn it down, you go at your own speed. And I'm talking about the male side, but if it's switched to the female side for you, that is fine. That is fine. I'm giving a general thing. So I'm speaking the male side, but if you've gone on a different path, that is fine. So allowing that energy to come into it. May be going to a particular organ. It may be going to a particular part of your spine. It may be evoking a particular quality, and it may have a particular quality. But allow it to feed you. And then slowly becoming aware of your female lineage. Notice if it's coming into a different part or different side of your body. Remember to breathe. Remember to do the holographic breathing. Letting the female channel. Again, it's not per se a spiritual channel, it is very much your ancestry. And this time it may skip through your mother very quickly into all the people on that side, the male and female side, people on your mother's side. Allow that to travel through your body. It's not just your mother there. There's the whole of humanity back through history, connected through the female side. And whichever you wish to go with, the male or the female, whichever is most attractive to you, or both, be with that. Remember to do the holographic breathing. This is what is connecting us to the experience. And it may feel as if it goes past being people to being the matrix of humanity, passed from generation to generation back in time to the beginnings of time and the beginnings of creation on earth and beyond. It becomes the human matrix, and allow that to shine through you, gently breathing with the holographic breathing. And within that there may be specific messages, specific feelings from specific people. That is fine, but allowing those energies to channel through you. can be very healing for the spine. And right deep into your DNA, it will balance your DNA as you align your DNA with the fabric of humanity, with the matrix, energetic matrix of humanity on Earth. Gently breathing with the holographic breathing. Now also noticing there's a spiritual quality. There are the qualities of these people and their spiritual qualities, and there is a higher beneficial spiritual quality coming down to all of this, coming down to you, coming down to the space around you, coming down into your ancestry and coming down to you. Gently breathing with the holographic breathing, allowing that to heal your DNA and allowing the spiritual energies come down and bathing all of that, healing all of that. And you may feel energies coming from your lineages. Allow them to release through you, or memories within you, allowing them to release through you, through your spine, through your head, and up into the higher self. Letting your spine release, your energies releasing up, and also the energies of the higher self and beneficial energies coming down. And right down into your pelvis, and right down into the earth. As it releases through your pelvis and into the earth, the energies from your earth and from your sexual potencies rising up through your spine and up through your head and into the higher self. Gently breathing with the holographic breathing, allowing that connection from the earth through your pelvis to the higher self. And let both the higher self, yourself, and the earth engage and heal. Letting that become much softer, much easier, and sending a thank you to the earth, and a thank you to the higher self and beneficial energies. And letting the energies go off for love and healing to the earth, for love and healing to the higher self and beneficial energies, and allowing yourself to be loved and healed. Letting the energies go out to all sentient beings for love and healing. And you are a sentient being, allowing yourself to be loved and healed. And when you feel ready, gently allowing yourselves to come back.